Assalamualaikum everyone and welcome back to our new video. Today's video is all about area and parameters of parallelogram. Today we will learn how can we find the area and parameter of parallelogram. Before doing this, we will check what is area and what is parameter and how can we calculate that, and then we will check what are the dimensions we will use in calculating the area and parameter. As the name suggests, parallelogram. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral where the opposite sides are congruent and parallel. A rectangle is a type of parallelogram, but we often see parallelograms that are not rectangles, because we know that in rectangles all the inner angles are of 90 degrees, but in parallelogram all the angles are not of 90 degrees. This is the basic or big difference between the parallelogram and rectangle. Next one is the base of the parallelogram and the height of the parallelogram. What is the base? Each pair of parallel sides of a parallelogram are called the bases of the parallelogram. And what is height? Height is the shortest distance, or you can say the shortest perpendicular distance between the bases of the parallelogram is called the height of the parallelogram. So it is the shortest distance between the bases. The height of the parallelogram is always perpendicular to the basis. This is the most important. If the height of the parallelogram is not perpendicular to the base, then it will not be considered as a height. So height should be always perpendicular to the base. Okay, the height can either be inside the parallelogram and the height can be outside the parallelogram, but inside and outside doesn't affect the length or the measurement. The height will remain the same in both the cases. If you will consider it inside or if you will consider it outside, in both the cases your height will be the same within a parallelogram. Okay, the most important is what is the area of the parallelogram. Okay, area means space covered, and we want to calculate the space covered by the parallelogram. So the area is base multiplied by height. The formula of to calculate the area of a parallelogram is same as we do for the rectangle. In rectangle we use a formula width into height or length into width. Same is the case, we will use the formula in parallelogram as base into height, and keep one thing is in mind that height is always perpendicular to the base. If the height is not perpendicular, then we will not use that value of height. In parallelogram, if you want to calculate the area, your height should always be perpendicular to the base, and height is the shortest distance between bases. And what is a parameter? Parameter of parallelogram, it's very simple, because we know that parallelogram is a quadrilateral. In parallelogram we have four sides. If you want to calculate the parameter of parallelogram, we have to add all the four sides. Let's suppose we are given with the length of all the sides, that is A, B, C, D, and if you want to calculate the parameter, we have to add all the sides. And we also know that the opposite sides are equal, so we can multiply that with 2, with any side with 2. Like if you we know that A is equals to C and B is equals to D, as opposite sides are equal, so you can replace the value C as A, and you can replace the value of B as T, so you have the answer 2A plus 2B. Okay, so this is the formula. In general, if you don't want to go for the formula, just add all the sides of the parallelogram, then you will have the parameter. Okay, we are going to start our exercise 13B, question number 1, that is part A of Oxford D1 new edition. If height is 7 centimeter and base is 12 centimeter, then what will be the area of parallelogram? Now in this case we are given with the height and we are given with the base. Okay, and we know that the formula to calculate the area of a parallelogram is base into height. So by putting the values in the above equation, base is 12 centimeter and height is 7 centimeter, so we will simply multiply 12 with 7, we have the answer 84, and when you multiply centimeter with centimeter, we have the answer centimeter square. Next B part, Question number 1. If area of a parallelogram is 42 meters square and height is 6 meter, then what will be the base? In this question, we are given with the area and height as well. So we are being asked to find the base. So we will use the formula of area as the area is given. So we will use that formula. So area is base into height. Now we will do the same step. We will put the values in the equation. We are on the left hand side, we are given with the value of area. So we will put the value of area, that is 42 meters square, is equals to base into height, that is 6 meter. And we know that if we want the value of base, so we will shift the values on the other side. I'll divide both the sides of the equation with 6 meter. Then this 6 meter will be cancelled and we have the answer 42 meter square over 6 meter. Meter will be cancelled with meter and we have the answer 7 meter as a base. Now we will do question number 1c part. Same. If area of parallelogram is 42.9 millimeter square and base is 7.8 millimeter square, then what will be the height? Same. If the area of a parallelogram is given, that means we are going to use the area of a parallelogram, that is base into height. So we will put the values in the above equation. We will put the value of area, that is 42.9 millimeter square, is equals to, we are given with the value of base, that is 7.8 millimeter into height. Now we want the value of height. We will shift this value on the other side, or you can say we will divide the both sides of the equation with 7.8 millimeter. Now if you divide 42.9 with 7.8 millimeter, you have the answer 5.5. And when you divide millimeter square with simple millimeter, you have the answer millimeter, as 1 millimeter will be cancelled with the millimeter in the denominator. Now what is the, how can we solve this fraction 42.9 and 7 divided by 7.8? You will simply remove the decimal point first. You will cancel 10 with 10, then you have the answer 429 over 78. Then you will divide 429 over 78, you have the answer 5.5. Okay, as we know that maths mean we, all that we need is practice. If you don't practice, then obviously you will not be able to do all the simplifications by your own self. Now we will do question number 3. The figure shows a parallelogram ABCD where AB is equals to 10 centimeter, BC is equals to 6 centimeter, and if D is equals to 9 centimeter, find the area, the perimeter of the parallelogram. Now if we look carefully at the figure, first we have to know what is the base. If you look at this measurement, 9 centimeter, 9 centimeter is perpendicular to 6 centimeter. It is not perpendicular to 10 centimeter. So we will not take 10 centimeter as a base. We will not take, because 9 centimeter is perpendicular to 6 centimeter. That means 6 centimeter is the base of the parallelogram and 9 centimeter is the height. So we have replaced base is equals to 6 centimeter and height is equals to 9 centimeter. We will use the formula area, that is area is equals to base into height. We will put the value of base and into height. Then you will multiply 6 with 9. You have the answer 53 centimeter square. What is part 2? The part 2, we have to calculate the perimeter of parallelogram, and we know that in perimeter we simply have to add all the sides. Perimeter is sum of all sides. We will add all the sides. As we know that this side is 6 centimeter, that means the length of the opposite side will also be 6 centimeter. If the length of this side is 10 centimeter, then obviously the length of the opposite side will also be 10 centimeter. Now we have the measurement of all the four lengths, so we will add all the four sides of the parallelogram. That will be equal to 32 centimeter. That will be the perimeter in this case. Now question number 4. Question number 4 is sounds like a tricky one, but it is not tricky. It's a very interesting question. It just needs your concentration. Okay, in question number 4, the figure shows a parallelogram PQRS where QR is equals to 10 meter if and ST is equals to 8 meter, SU is equals to 11.2 meter. Find the length of PQ. Now we have to find this length PQ. If we look at this question, we will see that 10 meter will be the base if we will consider 11.2 as height, and 8 meter will be the height if we will consider PQ as the base. Okay, if we look at the parallelogram, we will see that if we calculate the area of a parallelogram, any particular parallelogram, whatever the measurements will be, whatever the height will be, whatever the base will be, the value of the area will be same. it's not possible that if you take different measurements in the area of parallelogram, then you can have different values of area. No, that is not possible. If you will calculate, the area is a constant quantity, it will not change if you take the dimensions, if you take another value of height, if you take another value of base. This is not possible. If you take 10 as base and 11.2 as height, then the answer of area will be same if you take 8 meter as height and PQ as the base. So in both the cases, whatever the combination you choose, your answer will always be same. So what I have done, I will first calculate the area by considering PQ as base against 8 meter height, and then I will, this will be the first equation, and second equation will be, and I will consider calculate the area by considering 10 meter base and 11.2 as height. And we know that in both the cases the value of the area will be same. If the value of area is same, that means both the left hand side of the equations will be equal, because we know that the area is same, so the right hand side of the equation will also be same. So what I have done, I have put the both the right hand side of the equations equal in equal sign. Why? Because we know that both are giving the same answers. So what I have done, I need the value of PQ. So what will I do? I will shift 8 meter on the other side, 10 meter into 11.2 meter, that will be divided with 8 meter. So after multiplying 10 meter with 11.2 meter, I have the answer 112 meter. Now I will divide 112 meter with 8, then I have the answer 14 meter. So in this question, what you have to keep in your mind, that if you will calculate the area with any base against any height, your values will always be same. The value of area will not change if you will take another base against any height. So in this case your area will be same. So what I have done, I have just put the both the right hand side of the equations equal, because we know that area will be equal in both the cases. Okay, hold on, take a home task. Today home task for you is, if area of a parallelogram is 459 centimeter square and height is 12 centimeter, then what will be the base? In part question number 1, you have to find the base, and in question number 2, find the area and perimeter of the parallelogram ABCD. In parallelogram ABCD, you are given with different lengths, and you have to find the area and perimeter. If you will be able to do these two questions, that means you have learned all the concepts about area of parallelogram and perimeter of parallelogram. Take care guys, stay blessed.